good, everybody? It's your boy Philly Phlexer back in the building again today. And today we gonna do another video about my boy Amir. This right here is my controversial music opinions. And hold on, my camera mic is shaking like crazy. Let's fix that real quick. That's your camera mic, camera stand. You know what I mean. There we go. So yeah, your boy Philly Flex or whatnot, and we do some more mirror. But yeah, my country's music opinions. Let's see what you talking about this time or whatnot.
5 of my controversial music opinions. I guess you can call this an unpopular opinion video as well. Ever since that trend started, people have been bugging me to make one of those, so here you go. Now, I'm not about to be like everyone else and just call this video controversial, unpopular, and then just go on to say a bunch of stuff that everybody else be saying. That's typically the worst thing about these type of videos. My unpopular opinion is that Tupac is not the greatest rapper of all time. There are a ton of people who say that he's not the greatest. This is not even close to unpopular anymore. And people have been saying that for years. I'm going to say stuff that me, personally, I think a lot of people would hear me say this and be like, oh, this nigga tripping. One thing that's not controversial.
Before we keep on going, big facts on the Tupac shit or whatnot. I felt like I was one of those originators when I was saying like, hey, Tupac wasn't my favorite, Biggie was, and then even with being saying that or whatnot, Biggie wasn't even my favorite. Like, out of that whole genre, like, I was more DMX, Mystical, No Limit. Like, Tupac and Biggie wasn't even, like, the main thing I was playing in the house. Like, if you would ask, like, my T-lady, hey, who does Philip play the most or whatnot, it would have been like, yeah, it'd been 50, M, Lil Wayne, No Limit. Yeah, it'd been shit like that. You would never heard me jamming Tupac and Biggie.
Controversial though is the song 2 a.m.
My mom jammed Tupac, but yeah.
Sessions by McHugh being a fire-ass track.
Night sessions with the gang, the late night, out of town.
Okay, hold on. How we get to my cue?
This would be like, oh, this nigga tripping. One thing that's not controversial though is the song 2 a.m. Sessions by McHugh being a fire-ass track.
Okay.
Night sessions with the gang, the
I see what you did there.
late night,
Thought W ad.
out of town, bitches tryna hang.
Follow McHugh on his social media and check out his YouTube channel. The dude stays uploading heat to his channel, like me. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and put on that notification bell, y'all.
It's just a runaway train of thought. Runaway, don't stop. It's just a runaway train of thought.
Now, I wanted to start this off with a crazy one where I really don't know if a lot of you will agree with this, but I've never been on a side of rappers nowadays need to be careful on what they say in their lyrics, or something like, rappers are poisoning the mind of this current generation. These teenagers out here listen to you rap about doing drugs, and that makes them want to do it. Look, if you ask me, that's not the rapper's problem. It's really not. A rapper shouldn't have to change what they have the complete right to talk about because other people may hear it and start changing their behavior. This brings up the whole role model conversation as well. Most rappers don't care about being positive all the time or trying to be lyrical, telling kids to do the right thing. They just want to make their little ignorant hype song and make their paper. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Another example is all of this Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion nonsense going on. People are really upset that Meg and Cardi could be negatively influencing young girls. Girls may see Megan and Cardi twerking and being ratchet, and that would make them want to do it because they think it's okay. Look,
Facts.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion are two grown-ass women. If they want to make a song talking about sex, they have every right to do that. You people that complain about their subject matter are really acting like all female rappers have to make the same type of music. There are female artists that make uplifting, positive music, and young girls could easily go listen to them too. Now, another thing, this also depends on the age of the listener. If you're a little kid or an early teenager, then I blame the parents. Like, seriously, if you're 12 years old and you decide to start smoking or doing other things because you heard your favorite rapper talking about it, I blame your parents for not keeping you in check. If you're older, 18 and 19, older than that, and you start doing drugs because you heard your favorite rapper talk about it, then that's 100% your own fault. That has nothing to do with the rapper. These artists are just talking about the things that they do and how they live their life. They're not telling you to do it. That's your own choice. Now, there's this rapper I know by the name of J140 who did his own version of Logic's Homicide. And at one point in the song, he was saying how he thinks it's messed up how rappers don't care about what they put in their lyrics because the money is rolling in.
Okay.
So basically what I'm saying is, they don't give a fuck about what they say in their songs or who it influences. As long as it's bringing in the checks.
And yes, I can't take my man Jay's side on this one. I don't think rappers have to care about who their music influences.
And that is, dude, we've been going through this. I gotta bring it back. We've been going through this since the Eminem bars. I mean, we've been going through this since rap in general or whatnot, where they the media or whatnot makes it seem like the artists are influencing the kids or whatnot to do these horrible things. When I'm just saying, maybe pay attention more to your kids. Maybe stop letting them listen to all this shit or whatnot. Maybe if my mom wouldn't let me listen to 50 Cent as much as I did or whatnot, maybe I wouldn't have thought I could have been a gangster or whatnot in my early lifetime or whatnot. But at the same time, it's like, whose fault is it? Is it her fault? Is it my fault? Because I was an 18, 19-year-old or whatnot making bad decisions. I was 19 when I decided to flip my truck over and break my neck. So, I don't know.
Influences. If there's a rapper who talks about sipping lean, and there's a teenager out there who hears the song and they start sipping lean, in my opinion, that's not the rapper's concern. They can make music about what the hell they want to, and they shouldn't have to watch what they say because kids may be listening. Parents need to be.
And they shouldn't be canceled for it either.
To control what their kids listen to. And if said kids are grown, then that's their choice to do what they want. They can listen to a song about positivity just as easily as they can listen to a song about some nonsense.
Go listen to some fucking Kirk Franklin.
It's just a runaway train of thought. Runaway, 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 don't stop. It's just a runaway train of thought. Runaway, 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 don't stop.
Now, I really don't want to sound condescending or anything, but I think it's very pathetic to have an entire social media account dedicated to a celebrity. If it's something like, like after Kobe died, many people had their social media accounts centered around him, that's fine. You can mourn. Even in cases with SSX and Tashawn and Juice WRLD, in terms of mourning an artist, that's fine. But there are people who have celebrities that are alive and their account is based on them. And that's very sad if you ask me. Because it's almost like, why are you worshiping like other people? These type of people that I'm
sad.
talking about
That's
really
sad.
hate it when you have a negative opinion on their favorite artist. But the reason why I don't take these people's opinions seriously is because those are the people that you can't change their mind on anything. A lot of the time, they think that their favorite artist is perfect, and they quick to argue with anyone who thinks otherwise. You can't convince those people of anything, and you having a discussion with them, which is going to be a huge waste of your time. Now, the two most obvious fan bases that do this are Stans and Barbs. Y'all ever notice when someone says, Eminem is overrated. Like, he not a GOAT. Dude fell off a long time ago. He ain't made a good album since the Eminem show. It'll be another person responding to them saying, shut the hell up. Eminem was the best rapper to ever grace this earth. You're just hating because you don't understand his complex lyrics. Those people that say that be having Eminem in their profile picture. They have a lyric from one of Eminem's songs in their bio, and it's just super obvious that they're a fanboy. If you have that type of profile, don't say anything to me. Because since you love the artist so much, you're gonna love almost everything they do. I want y'all to know that I'm not trolling either. I'm being real honest with this entry. I can give you another example. Say there's a conversation happening and someone says Kanye West.
You got the Eminem artists, you got the Southern artists, you got the Kanye West artists. You got so many people who, how can I say it? So many different groups or whatnot of people who ride or die with their clique, and it's just like, bro, stop dick riding. I ain't gonna say stop dick riding. It's just more or less like there's more out there in the world. I understand that I can be an Eminem stan at times, but I do realize there's other music out there in the world.
Isn't that great of an artist, and his production isn't that special. If you have a Kanye West profile picture, I'm not listening to anything you say. Because most likely you're super biased.
If you got a profile picture, no, get the fuck out of my face.
And you just gonna ride Kanye to the moon and back. So that's all I'm saying here. Like, if you think it's condescending, I understand why. But I don't think I'm better than any of these people. I just know I will save myself the trouble by not even bothering to talk to them.
It's just a runaway train of thought. Runaway, 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 don't stop. It's just a runaway train of thought.
know you guys have heard people say if you were a real fan, you would support a rapper you like by purchasing their new songs or their new albums. Me personally, I think this argument is nonsense. I feel that consistently listening to someone's music is what makes you a real fan of that artist. If you're there
Facts.
every time the artist drops a new song, new mixtape or EP, or even a whole album, as long as you're checking out the music, why should whether you pay for it or not make a difference? Because for one thing, it's not like buying somebody's music is something to brag about. Say a new NBA YoungBoy album came out and we both listened to the album, except you bought it and I heard it from free somewhere. Exactly what difference does that make? The fact that you spent money on the project and I heard it for free, like, what do you get out of that? Like, who cares? Is that supposed to be something to brag about? I actually spent money on NBA YoungBoy's new album. I support him way more than you do. Like, who gives a fuck? The way that we are as a society, we think it's stupid to pay for something you can easily get for free. We only pay for something when we have to. So if we're being completely honest, this is an L. If you spend money on something you could have gotten for free, that's not anything to brag about at all. Now, don't get me wrong, from an artist standpoint, it's super obvious why you would want people to buy your music. And you're gonna go around telling people, like, if y'all really supported me, y'all would buy my new album. I get that completely. But that's why I'm specifically speaking from the argument.
I'm waiting for him to say it. I'm waiting for him, let him say his part before I say what I want to say. Hopefully he says it. Cause like I'm already rolling with the agreement, but I know I can feel it coming, and I'm waiting for it.
Of whether or not buying music makes you a real fan. And in my honest opinion, money has nothing to do with it. It doesn't matter if I buy all of an artist's albums or I don't buy a single one of their albums. That doesn't make me any more or any less of a fan. The fact that I'm listening to it and I'm always there whenever you drop something new, you should be happy with that. And if you're one of these people that do this, where you think that you're a bigger fan of an artist or you support them more just because you bought their new project and somebody else didn't, then honestly ask yourself, who cares? Go outside and tell 5 people that you bought J. Cole's new album. Now go outside and tell 5 people that you just heard it for free. Just say you came across the whole album on the internet and you heard it for free. I guarantee you both of those groups of 5 people is going to have the same reaction. Whether you bought it or not, legit, nobody cares.
Okay. You are so right on that tip that nobody cares. But on the same tip, this is what I was hoping you was gonna say. That at the end of the day, that like for your favorite artist to keep making music, he needs people to actually buy it. The Napster, LimeWire, download your shit for free era or whatnot. I mean that shit there is still going on. It is what it is. Niggas can download shit for free. But at the same time, that is what it is. It's kind of like if you like this nigga the most, I want to get that out of there. The most, you're gonna buy his music so to make sure that he can keep on making music, even though you know that even if I'm gonna say this, people be like, "Oh, I'm only one person spending $5 on this album." He's gonna have a million other people spend this $5 on his album. What if those same people had the same mindset as you and be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy this album or whatever. I'm just gonna download it for free," and then everybody downloads it for free. Yes, he gonna get promotion, but he's not gonna get paid. Then all of a sudden, a year from now, it's like, "Oh, where is Lil Baby at?" He didn't make the money back from his album. So he can't make no more music until he makes that money back. It's even like when people sit and say about fast food restaurants or whatnot. It's like, yeah, it's cheap food, but you get bad service. What the fuck do you expect? You paying $5 for a meal or whatnot. Do you expect those people up in there to be happy they're making $12 an hour or whatnot? No. I mean, it's a what they call it? It's a skill. The less you do for it, the more you get. The less you do for it, the less you get. The more you do for it, the more you get. Type shit. So if you pay to buy an artist's music, they can put out more music because they have the funding to go put out more music. If you don't put out the funding behind the artists or whatnot, they don't sell bottom this year. They fall off, and all of a sudden you be like, we get a video that says, oh, what happened to this artist who fell off or whatnot. Niggas wasn't buying that shit.
It's just a runaway train.
Sorry for the rant.
Runaway, 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 don't stop. It's just a runaway train of thought.
Now, this intro
Hold on, I want to see what you're talking about right here.
is widely brought up in the old head versus new generation listeners argument. Old heads really don't like it when younger people say they'll rather listen to a new age rapper, but not someone from back then. Because if it wasn't for this rapper, the rapper you listen to wouldn't even exist. An easy example is in regards to female rap. How many times have y'all heard
You would not have a Nicki Minaj without Lil Kim. I will say that. Before he says his point, I'm gonna hear his point. I'm gonna say my point now. If he proves me wrong, cool. But I will say my point now. You would not have a Nicki Minaj without Lil Kim.
people say this? I can't believe people would rather listen to Nicki Minaj but not Lil Kim. If it wasn't for Kim, Nicki wouldn't even exist. Nicki Big Kim's whole style and persona. Now here's the thing. This is a true statement. This is true. Nicki Minaj would not be the same person that we know her as today if it wasn't for Lil Kim. However, I don't think someone has to like Lil Kim or her music just because this is a true statement.
That is a fact. That's a fact. But don't sit here and say, I don't want to hear a Lil Kim, but you listen to Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? Like if you a Nicki Minaj fan, go listen to some Lil Kim too. Don't just knock Lil Kim.
If someone loves Nicki but they don't care about Kim, I don't think that's an issue. Some of y'all really be acting like just because a rapper paved the way or was the first to do it, that they're automatically the best and that everyone...
My thing would be is shit, do you think that if you heard Lil TJ's Mini Man, shouldn't you go listen to 50 Cent's original?
automatically has to like them. Just because someone likes Rich the Kid or Young Thug doesn't mean they have to like Lil Wayne. Just because someone likes Logic or Token doesn't mean they have to like Eminem. And it's not even just particular rap styles. People say this about artists in general. They'll be like, oh, what? You listen to Migos, but you don't want to listen to A Tribe Called Quest? Like, y'all be saying that shit like it's a prerequisite or something. People don't have to like or listen to an old school artist just because they...
That's... Migos and Tribe Called Quest is totally different. Okay.
started doing something first. Let people listen to whoever they want to enjoy. And stop getting upset because younger kids don't like the old ass rappers that you like when you were younger. And you know what? This leads perfectly into the final opinion.
What's your
It's
final
just
opinion?
a runaway train of thought. Runaway, 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 don't stop. It's just a runaway train of thought.
Hey, listen. Now, this is the opinion that made me even want to make this video. I was thinking about this one day and I said, damn, this is actually some true talk. This is a real thing. This is so serious to where I'm not even going to play any background music or say a joke. I don't even tell jokes. I just say regular shit and y'all be laughing, bro. Y'all weird. But listen though, listen. What I mean by pre-2000 is too far back. 2000 is like a cutoff year for me when it comes to checking out anything. This can be said about a TV show, a movie, music, whatever. But anything before that year is too long ago in my opinion. If there's a music album that you want me to check out and you say, hey, yo, Amir, you gotta listen to this album by this rapper. Every song on this project is heat. I promise you're gonna rock with it. If I look up the album and I see that shit came out in like 1991, there's a very high chance I'm not gonna wanna listen to it. And yes, I'm being so serious right now. If that release date doesn't start with a 20, there's going to be a part of me that immediately becomes uninterested in checking it out. Now, if you're watching this and you're saying like, bro, you tripping, there's a lot of good shit from the 90s. You're missing out. I'm sure I am. Like, I'll give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure there's a lot of great stuff that came out in that decade. Well, first of all, I'm saying 90s, but I legit mean everything before this millennium. If you try to get me to listen to some stuff from the 80s and 70s, you really pushing it. All of those people like Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, Run DMC, man, fuck them niggas. I'm not going back that far. I'm not saying that I would never.
I understand that. Going back to like the 80s and 70s and like going back to origination of hip hop, I'm not gonna ask you like, hey bro, this right here would that you slap. It's not gonna slap to you. It's not gonna slap to me. But there is some music in the 90s where I would be like, hey, you need to listen to this. Wu-Tang Clan for number one would be a group that I'd be like, hey, go listen to them. Oh man, this is like a double-edged sword right here. I agree with you, but I don't agree with you. Go listen to some old school shit, but at the same time, don't. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Listen to anything from those times, so don't take it that way. I don't mean never. But I mean, if you're going to recommend me something, and if it didn't come out in the year 2000 or after, honestly, don't even bother. Because once I see that it came out before the year 2000, there's a high chance I'm going to just tell you, no, I'm good. Now, here's the crazy part. Listen. Here's the crazy part. How I feel about the 90s and music from earlier is exactly how some younger people feel about music from the 2000s decade. People that were born in 2002, 2005, any year during that time span, those people aren't going to want to listen to an album that came out when they was a baby or even before they was born. Look at College Dropout by Kanye West. That album came out in 2004. 2004 was a super long time ago, bro. If you try to recommend that album to a kid nowadays, they'll easily say 2004. Like this was 16 years ago. Why are you recommending me
You're preaching facts. You're preaching
this
facts.
old ass album? So with that being said, I can't even trip if a teenager right now were to say, I ain't listening to nothing that came out before 2005. That's too far back for me. I can't get mad at that because that's exactly how I feel about music that was released before my time. It's really trippy when you think about stuff like that. So
The only reason why I say it's funny is because I'm different. I like to listen to old music to see where people have came from and evolved from. People don't like to see where people have evolved from. They just like what they do now. That's my problem. See where it evolved from. I don't know.
entry and the number 4
Maybe I'm wrong.
entry, they tied together a little bit in the sense of I know there's gonna be some OGs of hip hop watching this right now that's gonna call me super ignorant for saying I don't want to go listen to music that far back.
No, you're not ignorant and you're not wrong. I'm gonna be straight up. I feel your point. You're not ignorant. You're not wrong. But at the same time, I just wish people would respect more old school music nowadays. Cause me, I still listen to the Four Seasons. If you don't know who they are or whatnot, go look them up. I still go jam them or whatnot. What I'm saying is, even like us, I feel like people won't even go listen to Aaliyah. I think they might because she was like, oh, she's dead, Barbara this or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So I go back and listen to it. Same thing with Tupac. I feel like if Tupac was still alive, he would not be the most popular artist out there. Dead ass.
And my question to y'all is, why is that bothering you? If I tell you that I don't want to go listen to an Ice-T album because it came out in 1990, and hearing me say that just bothered you, ask yourself this honest question: Why is that bothering you?
No, that doesn't bother me. I would see why you wouldn't want to listen to an Ice-T album, an Ice-T album, an Eazy-E album, an NWA album, a Q-Tip album, a Throwback Busta Rhymes album. I would see why you wouldn't want to listen to those.
It is 2020, bro. You really think somebody wants to go listen to an album that came out 30 years ago?
Listen, hold on. I'm sorry to keep pausing it, but listen to an album. They'd be like, back in the days, I was there and was, and there's and here, I mean, you don't want to hear that because you know what rap is nowadays. You don't want to hear it.
Y'all shouldn't be expecting that from people. It's going to be the same thing in the far future. Soon it's going to be 2045. You're going to try to recommend a kid to listen to To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar. And the kid is going to say, that album came out 2015. I'm not going all the way back there to listen to that. It
Facts.
sounds crazy, but that's how people's reaction is over time. You can't expect people to want to go listen to an album that came out a long ass time ago. And just to clean this up, just so anybody might assume this, I'm not saying that I've never heard an album that came out before 2000, so don't think it that far. I've heard a ton of albums that came out around that time. I'm just saying in regards to recommendations, if you want me to listen to an album and that shit came out in 86, don't even bother. You might as well not even bother.
Outro.
outro, outro. Man, my nigga spit so many facts right there, bro. I swear to God, it's the truth. This ain't even. I'm mad at him. I applaud my guy or whatnot. This right here was so many facts because people don't want. You don't want to listen to it. I mean, I listen to old stuff because I'm a historian. I like to go back and check out shit or whatnot. But at the same time, I don't. Boom. There you go. I don't. I do listen to old school stuff or whatnot because that's what I'm saying. I'm a historian. I did it correct. But most kids, like 90% of people, are historians, so they don't care about that old shit. So it is what it is. Anyways, it's your boy Phlexer or whatnot. I'm at this hoe. Shout out to Amir. Original link will be down in the description. All that good shit.